Hello, my friends. Welcome almost 112,000 star seeds, light workers, and wanderers to this beautiful session. And today I have channeled Metatron, magnetic consciousness, to ask about very interesting questions which many of you had sent me as well. The first question is about what is the truth about Apple Vision Pro, which Apple has recently released a system which you can wear in your eyes. So I asked about the real truth and what is the real agenda. It is absolutely mind-blowing what they revealed about it in the session. And secondly, I've asked about how are children, there are some children, I hope you have seen some documentaries where they are able to remember their past life. And not only that, they are able to recount the names of their parents as well as how they died. And when they go and try to verify that, it is shockingly matching. So how are they able to remember this, right? It has been revealed in the session. And also in this session, I've asked about the truth about what is a soul family and how can we recognize a member of the soul family in this lifetime. Okay, so they give us many signs which we can look for when we are interacting with other people in order to find out if they are the member of our own soul family. So it's absolutely amazing. And also in the session, there were many emails, like people are asking me to ask about the truth about the energy enhancement system, which is being, showcased or which is being spread by, friend of mine, Jason Shurkha. I hope you have seen him. He is a spiritual teacher as well. He has a YouTube channel and Instagram as well. And also in the session, I've asked about the soul journey and the past life. And what is the real purpose of my friend Jason Shurkha? So in this session, you will also hear that. And I hope you will enjoy this session. And before the session begins, I want to say a big thank you to all of you who participated in the meditation we did on my Patreon. And I also released a follow-up session on my Patreon yesterday about the update of whether we were able to stop the Looking Glass event or not, which can also be accessed on my Patreon. And also you'll get around 450 plus channel sessions, and I upload regularly, almost 3 times a week. So if you want to dive in deep into your own spiritual ascension, then you can join our community on the Patreon. The link is in the description. Also, I want to say a big thank you to all of you who take the time to selflessly like this video, because your like is a service to humanity, and with your like you are showing the universe that you deserve more likes, and you will indeed get likes from the universe back in one way, shape or form. So with that being said, enjoy the session, my friends.
I am Metatron Magnetic Services, Magnetic Forces now, in communication through these channels, inner vibration at this time, and I, Metatron, shall now answer the various patterns of the queries that are found at this timeline through this instrument's inner system. Furthermore, before the communication proceeds any further, I, Metatron, must state that all beings who shall listen to our thought forms must use their own free will in discerning our thoughts at this time. Furthermore, the queries which are now in order relates primarily with, firstly, about what is the real agenda of the aspect known by your people as Apple Vision Pro. I, Metatron, must state that upon scanning your space-time continuum, Metatron can sense that the aspect known as Vision Pro primarily was created for the simple purpose of using consciousness of the human social memory complex for the purpose of trapping the consciousness stream which is found within each entity. Further, the aspect known as Vision Pro has used certain methodologies to layer various types of entities, such as providing creativity access to spatial technology as well as the promise a digital realm, forming a different experience for those who engage in this aspect. However, Metatron must warn all the divine, love-light child of the universal light grid programmer that this was indeed the plan of the Orion social memory complex all along, as this technology directly has been created by a reptilian hybrid who was found in the Earth planet, which primarily gave the advanced technology to the people known as by your people as the creators of the Vision Pro. Furthermore, the Vision Pro primarily tries to blur the lines of reality and the digital realm, and its true purpose is to transfer and capture human attention and consciousness of the universal light grid programmer. And they are planning to create a collection base of consciousness trapped. Whenever entities use this device, it will be transferred to the location known as Antarctica, wherein there are certain location systems that have been set up underground by the Orion Anunnaki reptilian social memory complex to transfer the aspect of a copy of the consciousness of the user to Mars. This primarily is being done in order to use the projects to have an effect on the Earth's technological aspect, which work as a means of trapping consciousness, which is the integral part of existence, and the more conscious attention they are able to trap, this will lead to the negatively oriented entities using the conscious attention for their own purpose. Further, Metatron must also now address the other query, which relates with how can some of the so-called children remember past lives. Metatron must firstly state that the aspect of the past lives primarily are an integral part of each mind-body-spirit complex, and within the earthly illusion complex, there have been many so-called cases of children recalling their past lives, which has created a sense of wonder in the minds of many entities. Furthermore, many a times the seemingly impossible memories offer glimpse into the vastness of the consciousness and the potential of a continued existence beyond the current incarnational shape and form. Furthermore, firstly, it is vital to understand that a young child entity who is in the incarnation cycle has a imagination as well as the ability to explore into various realms. These entities, without their preconceived notion and without the societal programming, are many a times able to sense realities which are beyond that of the perception of the senses, which are commonly the five senses found on your planet, their ability to grasp reality is still forming when they are at a young age, which makes them capable of not only sensing the astral realm, but also sensing other timelines as well. Furthermore, many times within the vibration of such experience, the children entities are able to tap into the Akashic records or the Hall of Records and accidentally find their own past lives. This triggers an unconscious recalling of memory in the consciousness stream in cases where the previous incarnation cycle ended in a traumatic death experience. Primarily are those events which create shock in the mind complex, which remain as a emotional imprinting in the Akashic records. Furthermore, the young entities primarily also are able to understand that many a times during their dreaming state, they are able to intertwine with their true spiritual self or their higher self, and many a time such types of imprinting of the past lives are able to be immersed as emotional attachments or reoccurring dreams, which allow for the fragments of the past to be recalled in order to provide the soul a type of healing. We must also state that many of the children primarily also experience at this current time the aspect of connection with realization of the distortion of the thinning of the veil between different realities, since the veil of separation is the process which makes all entities forget their past lives. However, since the veil is thinning as the earth turns more and more towards a higher vibratory signature of the new earth, the remembrance process is permitted slowly and steadily. Eventually, as the earth completely reaches the fourth density, there will be many entities who will remember their past lives. This will primarily lead to a greater understanding of unity, as the entities in the Earth illusion complex currently, when they sense those entities who are direct relatives of their physical bodily complex to be relatives. However, it is indeed incorrect, and the true sense of reality is that all beings are related either from their past experiences or from their consciousness being from the same source. These primarily will lead to the ending of separation, which will happen as the Earth enters more and more into the fourth density, New Earth. Further, the other portion of the query, which is in order, relates primarily with the understanding about the aspects of how can an entity recognize a member of its soul family in the current life on Earth, and what is the process of formation of a soul family. From our perspective, we, the Metatron Social Memory Complex, shall state that the veil, which many entities call the aspect of existence, can in a way obscure the deeper realizations and connections which each entity shares with your soul family. However, within this very veil lies clues which can be used as a means of recognizing a member of your soul family on the Earth Illusion Complex. The first aspect is there may be a feeling of inexplicable sense of familiarity, a comforting resonance upon meeting another entity. It feels as if, like recognizing a melody from a forgotten dream, a feeling of knowing despite the veil of time and space. The second aspect is of mutual growth and interacting with these members of the soul family. Feels like stepping into a type of mirror which reflects your own spiritual self. This provides each to challenge and uplift each other, allowing each to pursue a movement towards higher frequency and higher levels of conscious evolution. Furthermore, many a times there may be such moments wherein conversations begin to flow effortlessly with such an entity, which primarily allows each entity to find themselves drawn to similar symbols, to places or many memories across vast distances. Many a times in the moments of connection with the spiritual complex, there are glimpses when interacting with members of the same soul family, the glimpse of the essence of their spiritual complex and a deep sense of knowing which is felt. Furthermore, we must now state that the soul family is primarily formed through intricate tapestries which are created through various incarnational cycles and lifetimes. It is as if the creation of a thread of intertwined energy which provides these threads to interact and intertwine throughout the various incarnations which form bonds and share experiences, and these threads of intertwining incarnations create the aspects of soul family experience. Furthermore, many a times the lessons may be of positive or the lessons may be of negative nature. However, the ultimate aim of a soul family is to assist each in the recognition and the illumination of the spiritual complex within the sense of self. And now, I, Metatron, shall answer the final query related with what is the truth about the energy enhancement system being spread by an entity named as Jason Shurkha upon the Earth planet. Firstly, upon our understanding, we find that the energy enhancement system primarily is in a way able to harness the aspects of potent forces and subtle forces which many a times are unconsciously being used in a entity's spiritual bodily complex, and many a times the energy systems may become imbalanced in a entity's physical bodily complex, which may lead to a feeling of imbalance within the sense of self. And we must also state that the aspect of the energy enhancement system primarily serves as a means of providing assistance to those who are unable to find a balance of their energetic vibratory systems in the incarnation cycles, which means that it is much of a tool which can assist those who require a greater enhancement of their energy balancing systems, as well as provision of a higher level of balanced framework of the incarnation cycle. Furthermore, however, the reliance on any exterior source must be done with discernment, and we must state that it is up to the entities who desire to use such types of tools to use their free will in exploration of their own energetic systems. Furthermore, now the other aspects of the query relates with what is the soul evolutionary journey of the entity known as Jason. Jason Shurkha, whose incarnation cycle began on the timeline of 1997 in this timeline. Furthermore, we must state firstly that the entity known as Jason Shurkha in this timeline is a wanderer who has come here on the Earth planet to spread love, vibration, and healing energies. Further, we must also state that prior to this incarnation it was found in the location of Arcturus B, wherein it was indeed spending around 7 incarnation cycles in that timeline, learning the lessons about manipulating its energy centers and creating a greater experience for balancing all of its energy centers and the creation of healing for many of the Arcturians who were inspired by the ability of this entity, and it healed thousands of Arcturians in the planet. This entity ultimately reached the stage of 4th density, middle suboctave, or the 4th density, 5th suboctave, and hence decided to come to Earth as a volunteering wanderer to assist humanity at this transition point in teaching humanity about the balancing of their energies as well as healing energies in this timeline. Furthermore, in one of the timelines prior to the experience in the Arcturian lands, it was found also in the Earth planets as a wanderer. Prior to this, it was found in the location of the lands known by your people as Ukraine, wherein its incarnation began and was known by the name of, in the language system terms, as Menachem. Later on it became the entity also known as Lubavitcher. Furthermore, in this timeline of 1902, it began to work on teaching the people of the Earth planet about the necessity and the need for loving each other as well as following the divine path of charitable giving as a means of cleansing the soul. The entity, furthermore, was of a great impact and created positive impacts on the Earth planets. Eventually, it crossed over in the time of 1994. Furthermore, we must state that prior to that it was found in one of the timelines in the lands of Egypt around the space-time of 11,900 years ago, wherein it was able to master the use of pyramidal systems for the purpose of healing and transportation to various star systems, which enabled it to use the pyramids to travel to various star planets. And we must also state that the entity, prior to that incarnation, was found in the planets of its origin in Arcturus A, wherein it was found at a time of 904 million years ago, and it was known by the sole name of Kor, which meant the love of the Creator in the language terms of the Arcturians. Furthermore, Metatron, magnetic services, magnetic forces now leave you in the light and love of the one universal light grid programmer. Turn to the mountain of light within yourselves. Bye.
So my friends, in this session, I hope you have listened to the session. What I basically understood was that they stated that the Apple Vision Pro actually was created by in coordination with the Orions, and what they are trying to do is they are trying to use the Apple Vision Pro, which traps our consciousness and takes it to the location of Antarctica, wherein I believe they are creating a portal to transfer that conscious attention of those who use it to Mars. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to do something with consciousness. Now these are higher beings, even the Orions, they are in the 4th density negative or 5th density negative. They are really advanced, so I don't know how they are going to use consciousness, but it seems that this is the real agenda, which I found to be really shocking. And also the children with the past lives. Basically, what I remember is that they stated that children primarily are able to remember shocking, many of them who had shocking deaths, in previous lives. Because of the memory imprinting, emotional charge, they are able to remember some events unconsciously. And also they stated that because the veil is thinning, as the earth is entering into the fourth density new earth, since the veil is thinning, there will be more children who will be able to remember more of the past lives. So this is a really fascinating information which I learned in the session. And also, what I learned about the energy enhancement system was Metatron stated that it can be used as a means of or a tool which can assist you in reaching a more balanced state. Okay, and that's what I understood. And also, Metatron stated about Jason's past lives, which I found really fascinating. Was he was from Arcturus, and then he had a few incarnations which were described in the session. I actually forgot, but he's a wanderer who is here to spread the message. And I need to say, also a big thank you to a person named as Peter, who gave me a gift of something known as AO scan. So he gave me a gift of AO scan. So I took the demo, I listened to the audio. It was amazing. It felt as if I was flying. And then he showed me a report, like from the audio. There was a report which was generated about the vitals of my body and about everything about the DNA and stuff like that. I found it really fascinating. And I want to say thank you to Peter for that gift. And also, if you want to do a AO scan with Peter, you can contact him. The email will be on the description, as well as you can directly go to a link which he has given if you want to have the AO scan for yourself. And also, I want to say a big thank you to all of you who have sent me emails for your past life, your soul journey, and your soul name. I can channel for you just like I did for Jason, and you'll learn about yourself. And also, with that being said, I want to say a big thank you to all of you who have also downloaded the free PDF of the transcripts of my sessions, which you can find on the description, as well as thank you for visiting my website, where you can also access the transcripts. You can search them in a searchable format. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next session, my friends. Until then, enjoy this session over here.